walk away from me. Then I see you walk away, see you walk away from me. Then I see you walk away, see you walk away from me.
Hello and welcome to the QeenDomNation show. I'm your host, Lady M, along with my co-host, and my other co-host,
Queen C in the building.
Oh, that's what's up. We'd like to thank you guys for entering the Queendom, where we educate, enlighten, and entertain you. Right? Sounds good to me. So today, you guys are looking at us. We are here in our pajama segment today. So we thought with it being the holidays and everything, people be throwing their little ugly sweater parties. True. They throw their little pajama party. So on the Queendom today, we throwing us a pajama party.
Yay!
Sounds good. So what do we do now? How do we do? We do the Queendom what?
Snap.
Got the Queendom snap. There we go. So, ladies, last week in the Queendom, we talked about the hottest toys of 2019. Tell me what y'all thought about that list.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. A lot I didn't know.
Right.
But I was educated on that last week.
Because we had like 16 out of 35 toys.
Right.
What do you think, Mo?
I mean, my siblings ain't babies no more, so.
They don't want no more toys. What y'all want nowadays?
Technology,
Mm-hmm.
switches, iPhone.
My granddaughter told me yesterday she wants an iPhone 11. I was like, well, I don't even have an iPhone 11. I have an Android. She's 5, y'all. She's 5.
Oh, yeah.
So, what could she possibly be doing with an Android 11?
Trust me, they know what they want. They know what they want.
I have no clue how to work that stuff. But, so we did something a little bit cool this week. But before we do that, what do we do in the Queendom?
Oh, honey, in the Queendom, we will be your direct source of information, news, fun, and entertainment, girl. We the Queens, Queen C.
Lady M.
Lovely mom.
Yes, we're bringing the essence, beauty, black culture, issues related to our views of society. And guess what else? We bring so much rhythm and soul to this show.
Always. Always.
Yes.
They're going to catch that soul at the beginning of the year because we got a music segment coming up that's going to knock their socks off.
It would.
I'm excited about it. But this week in the Queendom, since last week we gave y'all the hottest toys of 2019, we decided to give y'all some of the best vacation spots to go to outside of the state of North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And there were actually 55 places. 55 top places. Wow. But I chose the top 5.
Right.
So what do y'all think?
Cool.
So we're going to start with Stockbridge, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you guys have been there. I've never been there, but at Christmas time they recreate the 1967 Rockwell painting called Stockbridge Main Street of Christmas. And they turn like the whole town into this old-fashioned town that is actually the painting called Home for Christmas. And they line the streets up with these old-fashioned cars, and they dress like they did in the painting. It's really cool. And so the public can tour the historic downtown and the decorative homes and everything for the holidays, and it is a good tour.
Oh, wow.
So if you're ever in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, that's a good place to go to if you know anything about this painting. That was new news to me. I've never heard of it. What you think, ladies?
Nice. Like I said, interesting. Very interesting.
So we always learn something new in the Queendom.
True. So if you're traveling and around the holidays, then you can know where to go.
Massachusetts, that's a Christmas town. So we also have Park City, Utah. And in Park City, Utah, they have Christmas events for the whole month of December. They have like holiday markets, and then you can ride on what they call the North Pole Express.
Oh, wow.
I would really love that, especially in my pajamas.
Right.
They have what they call a Christmas Eve torchlight parade. Which I found that the cool thing about that is like the skiers and the snowboarders, they come down from the mountain and they carry torches that lead Santa Claus into town.
Oh, wow.
So just imagine how phenomenal that would be to be a child, and you're out here with these skiers and these snowboarders, and they're coming down this mountain and they got Santa Claus behind them.
Oh, wow.
Just imagine, that's really cool. So if you're in Park City, Utah, at Christmas time in December, that's a great place to go to take your family and your kids. But also Franklin, Tennessee. Now, I've been to Tennessee a lot. I don't know if you guys have been. It's one of my favorite vacation spots. But I did not know in Franklin that they do a step back into time Christmas. It's called the Dickens of a Christmas Festival in historic downtown Franklin. And what they do with that, they've done this for 35 years, and they bring to life A Christmas Carol and all the twists.
Okay.
So cool. If you know anything about those stories, it is a week-long celebration that they do. And you can roam the Victorian Village. And they also have like a Victorian era type Christmas treats. And they have this whole festival going on where you can actually talk to Jacob Marley. And you can also talk to Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, wow.
And you can also go visit Father Christmas.
Okay.
So Franklin, Tennessee, that's a nice spot to go to. Those are 3 good spots to go to so far, guys. Number 4. Duluth, Minnesota. Many people go there to visit Bentleyville. I don't know if you ever heard it, but they have one of the biggest, largest, massive light display there.
Okay.
And I don't know about y'all, like I got trapped as a child with the light thing. Like I love to see the lights.
Yeah.
So that would be like super fun. But the event is free to the public. It runs from November to December. It's a scenic train journey that takes you along Lake Superior and into a Christmas village that is set up right in front of the historic Glenheim Mansion.
Wow. I bet that's
So
beautiful.
I bet that is awesome. Anything with mansion in it should be awesome. Mansion and lights. That should be pretty interesting. We got one more before we go to commercial. And it's in Essex, Connecticut. I've never been there, but also in Essex, Connecticut, you can ride the North Pole Express with your kids. And they can also enroll in Elf Academy.
Oh, wow.
And they can meet Santa Claus.
Oh, wow.
And they have a holiday train show. And they have a holiday village light show. And you can have dinner at the historic Griswold Inn.
Oh.
Who knew?
Yeah. Who knew?
I never knew about any of these great vacation spots at Christmas time. So if you ever need a place to go outside of the state of North Carolina, these are 5 great places to go at Christmas time to go with you and your family. What you guys think about
Sounds
that?
good.
Nice to try.
Yes. Which place would you like to go to? All of them.
Well, sounds like Franklin, Tennessee has my.
Oh, all right. Who would
Yeah,
you vote,
I
Christy?
think, personally, I think I would like to see Santa Claus coming in with the book bags, which that was Utah, I believe. Was that Utah?
That'd be Utah.
Yeah, I
That'd
think
be
Utah
awesome.
would be
Down with
really
torches
different and
coming from
nice.
the snow
Because I've
boys
never
and
been to
stuff.
Utah. That'll be somewhere
Okay.
different. So yeah,
That'd
I'd say
be
that.
cool. Well, me, myself, because I'm such a big kid, y'all, I want to be in Essex, Connecticut, because I want to go to the Elf Academy. I really like to see what they do at the Elf Academy.
Right.
They be making toys and drinking hot chocolate and go see Santa Claus. But those are great spots for you to visit, to go to if you want to get out to state of North Carolina. So with that being said, we're going to go to commercial, and we're going to come back with our lovely guest for the week, Miss Jill Tyndall, which is Tyndall Touch. I can't wait to hear about that. I'm excited about it. What about you, Queen?
I'm very excited.
Yes,
Very
very.
All right. So we're going to commercial and come back with Miss Jill Tyndall. Welcome back to the QeenDomNation. Last week on our show, we discussed trafficking awareness, and we really hope that you guys tuned into that show because it was a very informative show. We gave you guys some great information on trafficking. We even gave you the 1-800 number to call in case you know anybody that have been a victim of that, and we also gave you a number to text. So we'll actually run that again at the end of the show just to give you guys awareness to that and how important it is that we know about human trafficking and sex awareness, okay? So this week we're finishing up our segment on entrepreneurs, our More Than Conquerors segment. And what we do know about entrepreneurs like myself and Mahogany and the Queen is that it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. It takes sacrifices, it takes risks, it takes late nights, it takes early mornings, it takes your friends saying, we ain't hung out with you in a long time. You know, it takes all of that, but it makes you a great entrepreneur to be able to do all these things and still be a businessman or woman at the end of the day. So we have crowned you more than conquerors in the queendom. And this week our guest is the lovely Jill Tyndall, who is a great entrepreneur in her own right. She is the owner and founder of Tyndall Touch. So welcome to the Queen.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I'm excited about being here.
Anytime.
It's an honor.
Yes. So
Wow, it's an honor to have her
It
here.
is. Mhm.
Well, since we're going to start with me, I have so many good questions for you, Miss Tyndall.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yes.
Bring it on.
Let's just tell us about yourself, Miss Tyndall, and the person you are, the family woman you are. Just tell us a little bit, just a little bio about yourself.
Well, I am the wife of the most wonderful man in the world.
Hi.
And his name is Chuck.
Okay,
I
Chuck.
he gets a queendom snack. Go Chuck.
I come from a really large family, and our family, and he and I have a blended family. So we have 6 adult children. We have, with girlfriends, boyfriends, in-laws, we have 17 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
And we have 1 great granddaughter. Her name is Dallas, of course.
You like
Right now.
And then she was named for the Cowboys. But
Yes.
Gwen didn't realize that one of Chuck's aunts is named Dallas too.
Okay.
That was a real name. I taught for 35 years, preschool through kindergarten.
Wow.
And last year, I retired after 35 years of being in the classroom.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, and didn't know how I was going to continue to help the king.
Mm-hmm.
And God gave me a business.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And so I've been in business now 9 months.
Hey, that's
9 months.
Stepping out on faith.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. That is a good, wonderful story.
Yes, it is.
Like that transition, because that's like a totally different transition from being on the job for that long, going into being your boss. You know,
Right.
so there's nothing like that. There's
That's
nothing like that.
It sure is.
All right, Miss Tyndall. What is Tyndall Touched?
Tyndall Touched is an all-inclusive, holistic healing corporation. And Tyndall Touch is not just Tyndall Touch. Tyndall Touch has a product line.
Right.
We do the, I have a skin cream called Smooth Skin Again, which is for people who are suffering from any type of skin condition that has disfigured or discolored their skin. And it brings the beauty and the luster, and it's an all-natural product.
Right.
I only use all-natural products in both of the main products that I do create myself.
Right.
And it came about because my son and my grandson has severe eczema. And steroids is probably the worst thing for any human being ever.
Yes.
And they were using steroid cream, so I had to find some natural stuff.
Exactly.
And so I started researching it. And really Tyndall Touch came about because of the cream. And then I have an all-natural bug repellent called By Bugs, because I do believe that bugs have a purpose and I don't want to kill them. I just want to keep them away from me.
Right.
And it was used in Indonesia for 9 days. My niece had it in Indonesia. That's how I ended up selling it. It became another source of income. But Tyndall Touch itself has not just Tyndall Touch and the skincare line and the bug repellent, but I also have two other businesses under Tyndall Touch. One is True Self Restoration, which is where I kind of advise and counsel and talk to people, helping them to find their true purpose, and getting back to that real self, the person that you have slowly chipped away to appease other people. And then along with that comes the smudging and the cleansing of your environment and your space to help you develop spiritually. So it's like everything spiritually, socially, emotionally, physically, developing all those areas. And then I have Dream Catchers, which is another type of business where I invest in other people. I invest in people who are investing in themselves.
Right.
So it's like, and it's for college students, people who are starting businesses, people who have a dream or vision, and I just invest in them. And God has saw fit for me to be able to financially bless other people.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Can't beat that.
Wow. Where did you come up with your name? Because it's very interesting. So where did you come up with your name for your business?
Honestly, the name came through prayer and meditation. I could not figure out, like I had a name for the cream,
Right.
but it did not encompass everything, and it did not include my king.
Right.
So I needed something to include him. He was like, oh, that's her thing, let her do her thing.
Yes.
But then it was like, well, Jill, you're touching lives. You're touching people's lives. And that is how the name Tyndall Touched.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's something how it just comes to you though. It's just
Naturally.
like how, what am I gonna name my business? And it just comes to you.
So, and that's where you've been OTT.
Yes.
You down with OTT?
Yeah, you know me. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
you've been officially Tyndall Touch.
Right. Because you have to have something that's catchy. You get people to be like, I want to be touched. You know? Exactly. What types of products do you make and sell, Miss Tinder?
So I have the skincare cream, and it comes in 3 different varieties because through this whole ordeal, this 8-year experience, I've only been in business 9 months, but I've been making the cream for 8 years.
Wow.
And so it's just been about developing and being able to help people.
Right.
And I have 3 different types. I have one that's original, and it has like shea butter, coconut oil, aloe vera, lavender, rosemary, tea tree, anything that could help heal the skin. And it has ingredients, all 3. I have one that has no coconut because several people are allergic to coconut.
True.
Which through research is, they're not really allergic to the coconut, they're allergic to coconut hair. So I'm finding out. It's like, because they think, and a lot of people think that coconut is a nut, and it's not. It's really not a nut. And so I had to come up with something to take out the coconut. So I take out the coconut and I put in olive oil.
Wow.
Because it's really good for healing the skin also.
Right.
And then I have another one that is non-floral because some people think they're allergic to aloe vera, which they're not allergic to the aloe vera. They're allergic to the hair, the needles on the aloe vera.
I got you.
And then I have some people who are allergic to the fragrance that a lot of leaf oils produce.
Right.
But because the product has sap oils, which is different from leaf oils, and the main sap oils is rosehip, frankincense, and myrrh. So it heals the skin while it's bringing the softness and the smoothness back as well as the color.
Right.
So it's like 3 different varieties of skincare.
I just learned something right there.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd always wonder why in the Bible it was frankincense and myrrh and all that. You just gave me a clear picture of what that actually represents now.
It's about healing, and believe it or not, it contains the smell. It contains odor. It makes the cream adhere to your natural body scent.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes it adhere to your natural body scent. And it take a lot. It came through research.
Right.
And then I make an all natural bug repellent, which is phenomenal.
Wow.
Because that's the only thing we use on our dog. We don't use flea and tick anything.
Yeah.
We just use the bug repellent.
Wow.
And it can be sprayed on babies. It can be sprayed on clothing because natural oils do not stain your clothes.
Oh, wow.
It can be sprayed around food to keep flies from around your food. So if you have a table set up, you can just spray the table and the bugs will stay away.
I definitely want some of that.
Yes, because you're trying to eat and they're flying.
And you got away.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill and crush your food.
I have people who use it as just because it smells, and I have samples for you ladies. Because it has such an amazing smell. People use it as air freshener. Just regular air freshener.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, and like I said, it's amazing. My niece used it for 9 days in Indonesia, where they have one of the worst mosquito diseases in the world.
Yeah.
And she used it for 9 days. Her friends used it, and nobody came back with any bug bites.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, and then I do, like I said, I do smudging. So I carry white sage, which is what is used in smudging rituals to clear your negative energies from your personal space.
Right.
And I also carry Palo Santo, which is a wood from South America, and it does the same thing as smudging, but the aroma of it is so phenomenal. And the tree actually smells like that.
I bought some of the sage from you, and I burnt it in my house.
But smudging is very important because.
And I read about it before I use it, so I can know exactly how.
Because when you go,
because it is a small ritual that you do with that. You don't just burn the sage in your house.
Yes,
it is a small ritual that goes with that.
And like I said, you can use it to cleanse anywhere. Like when I was in the classroom, I would cleanse my classroom. I would have to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning when nobody was there, but I did it cleanse.
Wow, where can we find these products at?
Okay, so currently I carry the products. My best friend carried the products, Debbie Neely. And then McLaughlin's Grocery at 1200 West Monroe Street in Salisbury, across from Livingstone College.
All right.
Yes.
Store.
So y'all heard that. Tell them again so
Yes.
they can know.
You can get them from me or my best friend, Debbie Neely, or my daughter. I forgot about my daughter. My daughter, Patience. If you know Patience Covington. Also, you can buy the products online at www.tindletouch.com or McLaughlin's Grocery at 1200 West Monroe Street here in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Wow.
Great place to get those.
It is. Wow. Miss Tyndall, can you explain the importance of investing into yourself?
So, this is the thing. I taught school for 35 years. I taught public education for 25 years. And a lot of times we really don't know who we are or what we're doing. And I had no clue who I was or what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to do something different.
Right.
I still teach. Everything I do is a teachable moment. It's just with adults now. I moved from the arena of children to adults. But what I did is I listened to Lisa Nichols. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's in the Secret. She's one of the authors in The Secret. And one of the things that she said that was very enlightening to me was invest in you.
That's right. That's right.
And my motto is, how dare you expect someone else to invest in you when you won't even invest in yourself?
Yes, yes.
You have to invest in yourself.
Totally
So I
agree.
took, instead of allowing
Mm-hmm.
the state of North Carolina to tell me what to do with my retirement,
Yes.
I took my retirement and opened a business.
I know that's right.
Yes.
I know that's right.
But you have to, you can't be afraid.
That's
You
true.
cannot be afraid.
That's true.
And so in order to invest in yourself.
That's so true.
Mhm.
Wow. That was good. I needed to hear that
I
myself.
agree.
I needed to hear that myself.
But we do have one more question
Yes,
from
okay.
Christy, but we're going to go to commercial and come back to that last question. But thank you for that, because a lot of young people really need to hear that, what you said. It's okay to invest in yourself. You
Yes.
invested in them Jordans and them nails and
Yes,
hairdos.
it's so true.
Take time and invest in your own business. We'll go to commercial and be right back.
Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming. 'Tis the season, watch out, look around, something's coming, coming to town, coming to your town. Holidays, always coming to your town. Something magic in the night, can you see it shining bright?
In the QeenDomNation with Miss Jill Tyndall. And when we left off on the commercial break, I had one more very, very important question for her. And that question is, Miss Tyndall, what advice would you give others that want to become entrepreneurs but are discouraged about their chances?
The first thing is step out on faith. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed,
That's it.
just step out on faith. You got to believe that your passion for what you want to do is bigger than the doubt that you have in your mind. And then you have to invest in yourself. You have to research what it is you want to do, and you have to invest in that. And investing can be something as simple as developing your personal self-help. It's developing who you are so that you'll be attuned to the help that's going to come for whatever it is you want to do. But you have to do the research, and you have to be willing to invest in yourself before you ask anyone else for help. You just gotta be ready.
Right. How that was some good knowledge. Now she's
She
giving
dropped
to
some
you.
jewels for you guys.
Yes, she did.
She really
Yes,
did.
She sure
I hope
did.
they take it in stride too, because she really got some good knowledge. And for you young people that are discouraged about your chances of being an entrepreneur, going to business, like she says, just step out on faith, take risks, and being an entrepreneur, that's what it takes.
And believe it or not, it's more free stuff out there for
Honey,
business than it is than you think it is. Because
It
like
really
I
is.
said, 9 months, and I've learned so much about being in business, even down to hunting for an insurance.
Right.
I was able to connect with some people who connected me to some people to get the exact type of insurance that I needed
That's all
Right.
for what I do.
And sometimes it ain't about what you know, sometimes it's about who you know.
True.
Lovely Mo, she has some great questions that she wants to ask you too. So
Okay.
let's get Lovely Mo
Yes.
involved in the conversation to see what she got going on.
You volunteer significantly in the community. Tell us about some of the programs you volunteer with.
My baby is a bridge for kids. If you don't know.
Definitely.
Oh.
They're my babies. The whole family. We're like one big family. Like my son and Brooklyn's mom are best friends.
Oh,
But
wow.
I think what makes a bridge for kids so phenomenal and why I like working with them, because it gives me my fix for classroom. It gives me my kitty fix.
It does.
But it's also the mission
Yes.
and the vision of the visionary.
Yes.
It's like I said, it's run by a child.
Yes.
And that is my baby. That's one of the things that I love. And then I always try to seek out my students. Another thing that I've invested in is Team Fly, because Jarvis Miller is one of my babies.
All right.
And so, but I try to stay in the background more so. I'd rather support people monetarily
Right.
than to get involved, because I'm not a very outgoing, a very public person.
Right.
I'm very, very seldom do you see me with photo ops, because it just don't. But the biggie of them all is my best friend. My best friend is Debbie Neely. Hey, girl!
Hey, Debbie! I got some more jewelry.
That's my best friend. And so when you see me, like paparazzi is a part of her, it all ties in together.
Right.
And so volunteering, helping her, we never called it volunteering. You know, it's just one friend, we've been best friends for 47 years. So I help her, which is another way for me to volunteer, to sell her paparazzi jewelry, because paparazzi jewelry is how we fund and do the wonderful things that we can do with Hey Girl Hey.
That sounds to me like a guest on the show.
Yes,
Debbie, we coming for you. We coming for you in the QeenDom
Yes.
How does being an entrepreneur and an advocate go in hand in hand?
Because one of the things that I do is the cream and the spray. It's very important that I also link in health with it.
Of course.
It's very important that we be healthy.
Yes.
And everything that we need, the earth already has created it.
Tell it, girl.
So a lot of our health issues come from what we put on and in our bodies.
Right.
And so I advocate for health and taking ownership of your health, taking ownership of not just your health, your physical health, but your mental health.
Yes, yes.
Getting the resources that you need to get your mind right.
Yes, get your mind right.
Get your mind right, because if you get your mind right, your body will follow.
I agree. Amen. Good advice. Boy, she dropping some good information
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
How has the Hey Girl Hey impacted you?
Well, for starters, I can say she's my best friend, so I couldn't leave out there by myself.
Yeah.
But Hey Girl Hey, the one thing that it did was I'm watching this young lady, and we're having parallel lives, and we were separated for some time. We were still having parallel lives. I'm watching her come up with this whole gamut of things to do to be a better person, and to believe in yourself, to believe in the person that God created.
Yes.
And Hey Girl Hey, just like the very first Soul Food Sunday, when we go back and watch, Soul Food Sunday is a part of Hey Girl Hey. And when you go back and watch the videos, I was just there. I always tell them, I'm just the help. You know, they made a movie about me, I'm the help.
Right.
Really what it did is it helped me with Tender Touch, believing in me, believing that I can be a business owner, because I never had a yard sale in my life. I never sold anything, no fundraiser, nothing.
Right.
And Hey Girl Hey basically said, you can do this.
Right.
Her believing in me and having these other women believe in me helped me to believe in myself.
Yes.
Go, Hey Girl Hey.
Hey Girl Hey!
That's awesome.
If you could leave the QeenDom with some encouraging words, what would they be?
Believe in yourself. If nobody else believes in you, and you have to take, and I tell people this, if you want to really know who you are, take all your clothes off and stand in a full-length mirror. And if you can look at that person in that mirror and believe that person in that mirror can do anything, then you've won most of the race. The race is already won. You just got to believe that you can do it. Especially when nobody else believes in you. You got to believe.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any upcoming events, and how can we find you on social media?
I do have a Tyndall Touch page on Facebook. I think my Tyndall Touch page is still linked to my Jill Tyndall page, but I also have a web page, www.tyndalltouch.com. Seek me out. I mean, like I said, I'm available. I do counseling services. Well, not really counseling. I don't like calling it counseling. Advice.
Right.
You know, it's a little bit more friendly than coaching or whatever. But seek me out. You know, I'm always open. I just think that God gave me all this. I have so much stuff running around in my mind. I have all the information in there. I like giving people information. That's the teacher in me.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, one thing I can say is the lovely shirt that you're wearing.
Yes.
So, do we have Tyndall Touch gear?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Was that an up and coming thing?
It could be. That's one of the things it could be that I don't think. Because you know, I tell me I don't sell shirts, I sell cream.
But I like that. Show them what's on the sleeve of your shirt.
That's nice.
And this it says Healing the Nation, and that is my signature. That's my job. I am healing the nation mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and with dream catchers financially. You know, just making sure that holistically we take care of every part.
And with being holistic, I noticed because I'm very observant. I noticed the crystal around your neck. Tell us about the crystal around your neck, right quick.
I do crystals, and this one is a white quartz. White quartz is one of the few crystals that encompasses everything. When you buy them, you have to cleanse them. I usually do it with sage. But then you assign your crystals. I have the gift of healing. So I carry healing crystals with me everywhere I go. But each crystal signifies something different. And once you cleanse them, you just assign them. And this is the one that's assigned to protect me.
And another thing, I was scrolling through your Facebook page. I have an obsidian sphere as well. I did some research on that. Kind of, and I've let a couple of my friends feel this sphere. You know, I've cleansed it and all that, and you can actually feel the energy from this sphere. Explain exactly what that is.
What it does is, because we are all connected to the earth, every one of us, and I know, you know, we say we've gotten away from some things. If you think back, if you're old enough, and you think back, especially the white hard bottom shoes, they were always made of leather because leather is a natural surface. There's only one material on earth that energy cannot pass through, and that is rubber. Rubber and plastic energy does not freely flow through rubber. And most shoes now are made of rubber. And so we've gotten away from the connection that we have to the earth. And what crystals do is they give you that connection. When you think about lining your body up or getting yourself balanced, the same colors that are in the rainbow are in your chakras. And your chakras go from the ground to the crown. Really, the cocks out to the ground. But and it's the same colors as the rainbow. But each chakra represents a part of you that, if any one is out of balance, it can throw your whole mental, physical, emotional state out of balance. So the crystals add to that. It brings energy. It gives you an opportunity to have the energy that you need to cover you or protect you or whatever you need it for.
That's deep. Great information, because I'm getting into crystals, but we'll talk more about that when we come back from commercial. We're going to go commercial, come back, talk a little bit more about these crystals, and we're going to do our community highlight of the week as well as our community woman of influence and history with our lovely Mo. So we'll be going to commercial. We'll be right back.
Hush, little hiney, don't you cry. Duluth Trading made you new underwear. They're called dang soft, they're like a cloud, or maybe like a plushy snout. A pillow for your package, spread the word. Like a cuddly panda, hug your gird. Duluth Trading dang soft underwear. Lull your loins. Only at Duluth stores and DuluthTrading.com.
Hey, we are back in the QeenDomNation again. I'm just going to come at you right now with our community highlights for the week, the upcoming community events. December 27th, 28th, and 31st from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We have a winter fever train ride. Oh, wow. Okay. That's in North Carolina Transportation Museum in Spencer, North Carolina.
They always got something
Yeah.
good.
So that sounds like fun. It does. And when the new year comes in, we have January 1st from 7 p.m. Until drawn in 40 days of prayer. That's the Mission House with Pastor Anthony Smith. Okay, lovely mom. That'll be 120 Statesville Boulevard in Salisbury, North Carolina. So if you ain't got nothing else to do, I'm telling y'all people, it's stuff for you to do during
the Mission House
holidays.
keeps something great over there too. They always, Pastor Smith, I take my hat off to y'all because y'all keep something going on over there.
Right.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
Yes,
Look,
it is. I agree.
there we go, right there.
We just got our books for it too, so.
All right.
Awesome.
Right.
Lovely mom.
So y'all just come and just fellowship. Let's just fellowship. And on January the 11th, from 9:45 a.m. At 9:45 a.m. we have the Rowan County Democratic Breakfast.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
And that will be 1504 West Inner Street in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yeah. And the guest speaker for that is Chief Justice Beasley.
Okay.
So, and it is a free community event.
Okay.
If you are a registered voter, please come out. We would love to have you guys at our breakfast. I'm the first vice chair of the Rowan County Democratic Party, and we would love to see some of you guys to come out and see who you're actually voting for. We have an upcoming election next year, and you really need to come out and see who you're voting for.
Amen.
Understand their platforms.
Right.
You can know what you're voting for. And please make sure, guys, that you are getting your voter registration card this year, because you will not be allowed to vote without that. So please make sure that you guys are doing that. And again, that is our Rowan County Democratic Breakfast at 9:45, and I think it ends at 11:45. So you're only there for like 2 hours. But the breakfast is free. We do take donations into the party, but please come out and support them if you can. And next we have Miss Lovely Mo. She'll be doing our lovely Woman of Influence in History. We got a great woman this week too. So who we got, Mo?
This week's Woman of Influence in History is Daisy Bates. Born on November 11th, same day as my little sister.
It's my sister's birthday too.
1914 in Huttig, Arkansas. Daisy was an American civil rights activist, publisher, journalist, and lecturer who played a significant role in the Little Rock integration crisis of 1957. When she was 3 years old, her mother was killed by 3 white men. So she was raised in foster care. At the age 15, she met her husband and settled in Little Rock, Arkansas, where they started their own newspaper called the Arkansas Weekly, which was one of the only African American newspapers solely dedicated to the civil rights movement. The paper was circulated statewide. Bates was the president of Arkansas's NAACP. She organized the Little Rock Nine. She selected 9 students to integrate Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957.
Wow.
She received national recognition for her work on integrating in the South. Bates died on November 4th, 1999. For her work, the state of Arkansas proclaimed the third Monday in February Daisy Gatson Bates Day. She was awarded the Medal of Freedom in 1999.
That is awesome. Because one thing I had always wondered, I don't know about you ladies, was who chose these 9
Right, and I
kids
knew about them. Like,
to be in the Little Rock 9. And when I read about her, I was blown away because I was like, wow, I always wondered who did that. But she was one of those people that we call kind of silent because she played such a big part in the civil rights movement, but we don't hear anything about her.
Right.
So I was kind of honored to look up our African American woman of influence in history and found her. And not only that, but she was the president of the NAACP in Arkansas. You know, and it's funny because we don't hear a lot of stuff out of Arkansas, but the Little Rock 9 integration was one of the biggest things of the civil rights movement because through Brown versus Board of Education, we were able to integrate the schools. So for those of you that don't know about Miss Daisy Bates, please do your research on her. She was a phenomenal woman, and this was only a portion of some of the great things that she's done. I mean, this lady has really done some phenomenal things in the African American community. And when you think about her starting an African American paper, during the civil rights movement, and that paper became recognized nationally. That is a phenomenal thing, considering she met her husband when she was 15, and her husband started this business together.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that they deserve a nice Queendom snack.
Yes.
Daisy Bates, right?
Yes.
That is awesome. So with that being said, we're just gonna shift our focus back to Miss Jill for just a few minutes before we end our segment. Miss Jill bought some gifts on the show. Do you mind getting those gifts for us? So we can see that? But what we're doing is we're encouraging Miss Jill, because we want to learn about crystals and healing and holistic powers and being healed by naturally. Till we're hoping that she'll start a class next year that will help us learn how to get into all this stuff. Hey, Facebook Live, if y'all want to say hi to Facebook Live, we brought you guys back on because before we leave the set, we got some words to tell you about our up and coming show next year for 2020.
So these are products that are actually sales.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
wow.
pass those
Let's
around.
pass them around.
And
Yes.
All right, so Miss Jill did bring some of her products. This is her lovely.
Wow.
And let us know what we're holding here, Miss Jill. Miss
okay,
Jill.
so Minette is holding the cream, and I want to shout out my label maker. These are the other two. I'm going to hold those two.
All right.
There's a young lady, her name is Sierra Bronson, and she created my labels. And like I said, one of the things you have to do is you really need to research, because I had to research what information goes on the label.
Right.
How to bring it all together so that it can be conducive for store shelves. Because it has to be something that's going to catch them.
Right.
But I'm in the process right now of getting it barcoded so that I can sell it in retail stores.
Awesome.
Yeah, which every little bit is everything costs, but it's all a process.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And Queen C is holding the non-floral, non-coconut. Non-coconut version, and it's always going to be a green label. The original will always be purple. The non-floral will always be white. The non-coconut will always be green.
Yes.
And the purple signifies my mom. That's the reason why it's original. That was her favorite color. Bite Bugs is the all natural repellent.
Right here.
And like I said, that's my favorite label. I love the Bite Bugs label. I do package them and do put the safety bands, safety seals, and everything on it myself. I have I have to think. I said I was doing good.
Sage.
Mahogany.
She was having a
Mahogany is holding the white sage and the Palo Santo, which are two of my products that I use for smudging. You know, it's called smudging, but we call it saging for your environment. But yes, but these ladies will be getting samples. The samples that you are receiving today is what I give to the public. But I will get you the samples that I want you to have.
Sounds good to me.
Because you need another type of sample. I have two different samples.
Great. We'll take it. We never argue with samples. But make sure y'all get in touch with Miss Jill Tindall and Tindall Touch. Get your natural products, your creams, and your sage, and all your good sprays and stuff. So we're getting ready to go to commercial. But before we go to commercial, we want to let you guys know that for the past 8 weeks, we did a test run of the QeenDomNation show. And we thank you guys for being a part of our journey for these 2 months.
Yes.
It has been phenomenal. We thank all the guests that have come on. But we're going to take a break for January because we're getting ready to drop a short film. Coming back. So for the month of January, we're taking a break. We're going to come back with our short film, but we'll be back with the QeenDomNation in February.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in and making this a big success for the Queens and I. We really appreciate you guys. Look forward to Trapped coming up, which is our short film. And thank Jermaine, the man Robinson, because his vision behind this film is going to be phenomenal. I'm going to just tell you, this young lady in this film has a choice to either stay in the trap or get out the trap. It's her choice. So look forward to Trap coming in 2021. Thanks for entering the Queendom.
Yes.
Queen C.
Lovely Mo.
And of course, our lovely guest today,
Jill Tindall, the face of Tindall Touch.
and you know it. Thanks for entering the Queendom. Happy holidays, guys.
Yes.
And we're back What lovely most encouraging word. What you don't do today, why don't you put it out till tomorrow? Daisy Gates.
All right, so yeah, we about to go. We will be back in February. And when we come back, we got some new things coming. We got a music segment coming. We got some more entrepreneurs coming. But we got some fashion stuff coming. So he's looking for us back at the Queendom in February. Happy holidays. Everybody say Merry Christmas from the Queendom. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. If you would like to be a guest on our show in 2020, hit us up and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see this one good. Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in on our live. Make sure y'all check us out at Studio 420 Productions on YouTube to check out Miss Jill Tendo in the Queendom today. She was such a phenomenal guest. We're gonna learn about them crystals when we come back into that. Need some healing. Yes. That's gonna make for a great video. And our lovely, awesome producer, videographer over here. Yes. And that's how you end the Queendom season 1. Our first season wrapped up. Let's say hello to our executive producer sitting over there. The man behind the scenes, and y'all don't get to see him much. But he talking junk about the Cowboys, but it's all right.